The Cowboys this year. Now, I did see this note from, I think it was like last week, and it was the coaching staff, the best coaching staffs of 2025. Have you seen?
I have not seen that.
Where the Cowboys rank here? The
27th.
Pretty close. The number one coaching staff in the NFL, according to ESPN, Minnesota Vikings. They think that Kevin O'Connell with Brian Flores and Wes Phillips.
I'm sorry, how many NFC championships have they been to? That's hard. I can't remember.
I feel like this is some Andy Reid bias coming out here.
I'm trying to think how many they've been to in the last 5 years.
But
That's right, none.
And this happens, though, right? Whenever Kevin O'Connell's done really well
he's great,
with quarterbacks.
But he's not the best coaching staff in the NFL.
Brian Flores is, what do you call him, Alec?
I call him the boogeyman.
He is the boogeyman because he is going to haunt your dreams.
Yeah.
That is Brian Flores, but I agree with you. They haven't done enough. Last year they were ranked 10. This year they're ranked number 1. Number 2 on this list, Steve Spagnuolo, Matt Nagy, and Andy Reid, Kansas City Chiefs.
That's a given.
Look at this. There's a little bit of cockiness with the way you just said. Yeah.
I mean,
he throws a fit about the Vikings. He throws a fit. I can't believe
because there
this.
should be. Give me a break, man. I mean, do we not put a price on postseason success? Last time we saw Sam Darnold, he was pissing down his leg in the playoffs. By the way, who's the coaching staff there?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, good question there. Number 3 is the San Francisco 49ers, Kyle Shanahan.
I'm tired of them.
Robert Saleh.
I'm tired of them. Give me the Rams coaching staff over them.
That's interesting. I think Robert Saleh is a phenomenal defensive coordinator.
That I don't disagree with.
I think Shanahan has a good offensive scheme. They play a physical style that I don't know can last over a long period of time. And I think last year we saw it wear them down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, they were like, what do we have to do to beat the Chiefs?
Yeah.
And then physically they were just like, man, we got to recover. And Debo getting injured again didn't help. So like that's always a thing. Number 4 is the Baltimore Ravens with Harbaugh, who I guess you got to respect Harbaugh's ability. Like that organization puts a good team on the field every year. I don't believe
he's the white Mike Tomlin.
They're that great, but he is. I'm kind of right there with you on what Tomlin is. Number 5 is Sean McVay and the Los Angeles Rams. So that's where they belong. And then 6 is the Denver Broncos with Sean Payton. Scroll down just a little bit. We're down to 19, where the Miami Dolphins are.
Wow.
We are down to 21.
Where's the Eagles at?
The Eagles coaching staff, I believe, is going to be 7. Yeah. Oh, they're 8. Nick Sirianni, Vic Fangio. Last year they were 15th.
Unpopular opinion. Give me Nick Sirianni and that coaching staff over the 49ers heading into this season.
What does Nick Sirianni do?
Great question. He wins. That's what he does. He wins.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, and you guys know one of my quotes. I don't care how the sausage is made.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about him is that team looked like it was going to crumble from within.
Yeah,
a couple of years ago, they looked like they were falling apart, and then somehow they rallied together.
Yeah,
he was able to get them all to play to their best ability. And granted, they have maximum talent on that roster. Their roster's phenomenal.
Yes.
And it looks like all he does is say, let me set the tone for culture.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get my coordinators. Y'all are going to be phenomenal. And I'm going to set the tone to let y'all be who you are and me be who I am. That feels like I don't know what else he does.
I think there's more behind the scenes that he does, but the fact that we don't know, and the fact that he doesn't make it apparent, I mean, there's something. Hey, I don't care what, not to go all Colin Cowherd on you here, but with his little, and Colin likes to bring these crazy real world examples in, and I do appreciate those from time to time. Isn't there something to be said for building relationships? And bringing in differing personalities.
Dude, yes.
Think about it. You lost Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon as head coaches. All right? You came back to next year. You went 10-1. All right? And then your team imploded. What'd you do next year? Then you brought in a different D coordinator. You brought in a different offensive coordinator. Oh, by the way, then that offensive coordinator went and got a head coaching job. Mm-hmm. 3 of his coordinators have gone on to be head coaches. Vic Fangio has been a head coach. By the way, you out-schemed and put a clown suit on Andy Reid and the Kansas City team last year in the Super Bowl on the biggest stage. You made Pat Mahomes look mortal. You could argue you've drawn it up to where 2 out of 3 years, your quarterback has outplayed Pat Mahomes. You know how much it pains me to say that? Now, granted, we won one, so I'll take that all day, every day. But my point in that is that why do we feel what? Because he's not Sean McVay when it comes to dynamic offensive mind. Because he's not a die-in-the-wool defensive guy. Name me. I tell you what. Look, I love Schotty as much as the next guy. But if you told me last year that, hey, Nick Sirianni was going to come be the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, would people have thrown a fit over it?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Probably not. We'd still call him a meathead.
Let him
but then
call
we'd
him
be
a
like,
meathead.
Holy crap, like he's figured it out. And as long as he's got the talent. I don't know what he's like without talent.
What's any coach like without talent?
Cowboys.
You know?
At times.
I mean, here's the thing. What's
Jacksonville. What's
made Andy Reid different? Do we really think he's that much different of a coach in Kansas City than he was in Philadelphia? Not really. Not really. You know what the difference is? He's got Pat Mahomes.
He knows he can do certain things. You know, with Pat Mahomes. Yeah,
look,
sure.
You know what the difference is?
He knew his limitations with Donovan McNabb.
With Donovan McNabb and Kevin Cobb and whatever Joe Schmuckatelli had at quarterback, you got a 100-page offensive playbook. I can do about 70 pages of this. Maybe 60, maybe 50. Oh, here's Pat Mahomes or Alex Smith. I can do about 65 pages. Oh, Pat Mahomes is here? Guess what? Here's the extra and the addendum that I've had sitting in my backyard somewhere that nobody could ever do. Okay? Nobody wins without great players. That's the bottom line.
That is. GMs should know that. Owners should know that.
You know, I mean, that's why we're going to find out about with Schotty this year and with the Clayton Adams. That's why I loved what he said the other day. He came out, first of all, he took the Colin Cowherd thing on head on.
Yep.
All right, had a joke about it, turned his hat, then turned it back around. All right.
I am who I am.
Shout out to our boy Schotty for that. But he addressed it right off the bat. Yeah, we got our ass kicked, but guess what? And look, I'm not a golfer, all right? But he comes out and says, look, we used a 7-iron the whole time. We're installing things. Never shied away from the fact that, yes, did we not look great? And so what? You don't. Last I checked, you don't get a W in the win column for winning a scrimmage. We did what we needed to do. We're installing some things. We're seeing what we have. I mean, what did people think? This is going to be the triplets out there on Tuesday against the St. Louis or the Los Angeles Rams?
I'll say this too about Sirianni: the ability to have guys that just won a Super Bowl and have a weird quarterback that's like, no, I didn't put my ring on yet because I'm never going to try it on because I've already moved on. It's weird to me. But you watch their practices right now. He's convinced these players it's okay to hit each other.
Yeah.
In practice, so we're going to hit.
You got A.J. Brown saying we're over it, and you know what the best part about it is the journey. We're ready to go win another one.
And they want another journey. So he's obviously got
These
them into the right
guys are
mindset.
locked in, man.
The bottom 5, number 32, the New York Giants. And I thought Dable I really like Dable a lot coming out of it.
Poor Brian
he hasn't
Dable.
had the talent either. Like that's a fact. Interested to see Jackson Dart. Jacksonville, number 31. Number 30, New Orleans Saints.
Duval. Just that alone, he's a weirdo.
At number 29 is your Dallas Cowboys.
It's
now,
a sexy pick.
Is it?
That is a sexy pick. That is a sexy pick. I'm here for it.
They went. Here's what I think is kind of some interesting numbers. Schottenheimer called plays for 12 of his 14 seasons as an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
His average success rate on offense was 42.9. The league average was 43.5. So he was just below average.
Just below average.
His offense has scored an average of 1.85 points per game. League average was 1.91. Just under average. As far as expected points added, Schottenheimer's offense is literally averaged out at 0. Just average, middle of the pack.
Wow.
Where the Cowboys are. And
it hurts my heart to hear all
now
that.
somehow we're hoping that adding Eberflus to this thing and having Clayton Adams involved in this thing should be the difference.
Yeah.
And that's a big hope for Cowboys. And I did appreciate he did go out and for his staff, he got guys that were sought after, not guys that were just like, oh, that's my friend.
Yeah,
he went out and said, I'm going to have a real coaching search, and he put those together. But they're going to have an injection of creativity for this team to be very good, better than average.
They gotta be. You've got to be.
Now that's where I have the question of, because we know that about him. I went and looked. CBS did their top 10 NFL players at each position, offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
On the offensive side of the ball, Dak did not make the top 10 quarterbacks list. CeeDee Lamb made the top 10 receivers. Tyler Smith made the top 10 offensive linemen. So that's 2.
There you go.
On the defensive side of the ball, Micah Parsons was there. And I don't think I saw another defensive
who else
player
would you see?
there. And so that
Osa
was
at 12.
That was that's the thing. Your stars are really on the offensive side of the ball right now for this team. The defense is, maybe you grow some stars through the season.
Well, you'd have, if Overshown was healthy.
He was number 10 actually on the list for linebackers, which I still am like,
Yeah, which is weird considering he's been banged up. I mean, if Overshown was, again, if ifs were a fifth, we'd all be drunk, that sort of thing. Overshown, we don't know when we're going to get. I'm done saying Trayvon Diggs, even if he was healthy, I don't think anybody's considering him a top 10 cornerback anymore. So, yeah, you do have some concerns on that side of the ball.
And Mickey said this in his story. I've been saying this all offseason. The offensive line is where you're going to hang your hat on this thing. If they're good, this team can be good. But that's where it is. I think the offense is going to have to carry this defense for a while until this defense can actually get up to that point. But the stars are there. The stars are paid. CeeDee Lamb and Dak are paid.
Yeah, no.
It's time for the Cowboys to collect off of that.
I agree. I think this, and the one thing, and again, the one thing we did hear, though, from everybody, morning show, this show, and afternoon, everybody that's talked about the practices out there from the other day is, yes, they got off to a rough start, but once things kind of calmed down, or once they got into a little bit of a rhythm, that offense started to cook a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So, I feel confident that offense will be okay. But to your point, when it comes to Brian Schottenheimer, I'm not worried about Eberflus. Eberflus has pelts on the wall. He's been there, done that. I'm not concerned about his defense. I think it'll be good enough to get by. My concern is, and a little bit this is my own issue with his dad, was his offense. And again, in the years that we've thought of Brian Schottenheimer, when have we ever heard, hey, Brian Schottenheimer led offense?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Can't wait.
They put points on the board.